Hello everybody, my name is Pamela Kelm. I'm a student respiratory therapist, and today I'm here to talk to you about portable oxygen concentrators. So today we're going to talk about what is a portable oxygen concentrator, the benefits of these portable oxygen concentrators, the limitations of portable oxygen concentrators, the most popular types of the portable oxygen concentrators, and then that includes the OxyGo, the SimplyGo, and the SimplyGo Mini. And then we're going to go into the specifications of these and troubleshooting all of these types. So what is a portable oxygen concentrator? It's a device that can deliver higher concentrations of oxygen from the air around it in a small, compact design that allows the patient to take it with them wherever they need to go. The benefits, they're really easy to use with really user-friendly design. They're lightweight and easy to carry and can be taken anywhere. Lots of times they come with a little bag, like a little shoulder bag that you can have, or the bigger sizes come on a little cart with wheels that you can just wheel it around with you. They have a low noise level, so they don't disturb anybody, and they can be used with a battery or with an AC outlet power connection. So they don't have very many limitations. One limitation is that it's more expensive than oxygen. But this is more of an upfront cost. It's just more expensive when you first buy it, or if you need to buy extra batteries. It's not a weekly cost where it's like oxygen is, where you have to get oxygen delivered every week and then it's that weekly cost. So once you've paid for it, it's very minimal cost after that. Another limitation is that it's limited to the use of the battery power when it's not by a power source. So if this happens, you want to make sure that you have that extra battery, especially if you're at the higher settings, you'll require more batteries. But the convenient part of it is that if you are by a power source and you find that it's low on battery, you can just plug it in and it will charge right up again. Okay, so now we're going to go through the different types of portable oxygen concentrators. And today we're just going to stick with the most popular designs. Okay, so first we're going to talk about the OxyGo. So it weighs 4.8 pounds with the battery. It's available in the pulse mode setting only. And this is because the compact design only allows for enough power to deliver a pulse setting. So if your patient requires a higher setting or continuous flow, I would suggest going to the portable oxygen concentrators that can deliver continuous flow, which we'll talk about later. They also have, the OxyGo has a maximum battery charge time of 5 hours for the standard battery or 8 hours for the double battery. And you can use up to 25 feet of cannula tubing where a detection of a breath is still possible, which that's really important. So you really want to make sure that you're not using too much cannula tubing, because then with these mini concentrators, because it's delivering a pulse setting, if the tubing is too long, then it won't be able to detect a breath and then it won't deliver that oxygen. Okay, so there's different pulse settings on the OxyGo. Goes from 1 to 5. Oxygen, different amounts of oxygen delivered for each pulse setting. So for a pulse setting of 1, there's 210 milliliters per minute oxygen delivered. Pulse setting of 2, it's 420 milliliters per minute oxygen delivered. Pulse setting of 3, it's 630 milliliters per minute oxygen delivered. Pulse setting of 4, 840 mils of oxygen delivered. Pulse setting of 5, it's 1.05 liters per minute of oxygen delivered. So each battery has a different life depending on the pulse setting. So for the standard battery, it has a life of 4.8 hours for a pulse setting of 1. For a pulse setting of 2, it has a life of 4.5 hours. For a pulse setting of 3, it has a life of 3 hours. For a pulse setting of 4, it has a life of 2.25 hours. And for a pulse setting of 5, it has a life of 1.75 hours. The double battery has a life of 10.5 hours for a pulse setting of 1, for 9.7 hours for a pulse setting of 2, 6.7 hours for a pulse setting of 3, 4.75 hours for a pulse setting of 4, and 3.75 hours for a pulse setting of 5. So you get some really good battery life with that double battery there. It's really convenient. Okay, so now what if you have some problems with your portable oxygen concentrator? So if your oxygen concentrator will not turn on, first thing you want to do is check your battery because it may be drained. So you can plug in your AC power source and see if that helps and charge your battery, and it will turn your concentrator on. Or just replace the battery if you have an extra battery and see if that fixes the concentrator and turns it on. If that's not the problem, your AC power source might not be connected correctly. Best thing to do is just unplug it from the source, plug it back in, and see if that fixes it. And then try to unplug it from the wall and plug it back in and see if that fixes it. Third option is if you're using it in your car. It's a nice feature about the OxyGo is that it comes with a DC cable to connect in your car. So if you're in your car and you're using it and it won't turn on, just check and make sure that your DC cable is connected correctly. Unplug it from the connection in your vehicle and plug it back in, see if that fixes it. If not, go to the battery, disconnect it from the battery, plug it back in, and see if that corrects it. If none of those correct it, it may need to go in for servicing, so call your service provider. Another problem you might have is that it's showing there's 0 oxygen. It's possible the device might not be turned on. Push the power button to turn it on. Second, it's possible that your cannula tubing is kinked or twisted or not connected correctly. So it's a good idea to go to your machine and go to the oxygen outlet, ensure that the cannula tubing is pushed on as far as it will go. And if that doesn't fix it, then go back to just follow the tubing and make sure that there are no kinks and no twists in the tubing. Sorry, just gonna sneeze there. That doesn't fix it, then it's possible it needs to be serviced. So then go back to your service provider and they can help you. Okay, next we have the SimplyGo Mini. So the SimplyGo Mini weighs 5 pounds with the standard battery and 6 pounds with the extended battery. It delivers a concentration of 87% for every setting to a maximum of 96%. It's also available in pulse mode only. Again, this is because of the really compact design. Doesn't have enough power to deliver that continuous setting. It has a maximum battery charge time of 4 hours for the standard battery and 8 hours for the extended battery. Again, it has different amounts of oxygen delivered for each pulse setting, and it's delivered in milliliters per minute. So for a pulse setting of 1, it delivers 220 milliliters per minute. Pulse setting of 2 delivers 440 mils per minute. Pulse setting of 3 delivers 660 mils per minute. Pulse setting of 4 delivers 880 mils per minute. And then a pulse setting of 5 delivers 1 liter. For the standard battery, it delivers up to 4.5 hours. So that will be for the lowest pulse setting of 1. For the extended battery life, it delivers up to 9 hours. And again, that will be for the pulse setting of 1. And all of this information is based off of 20 breaths per minute. So if your patient is breathing faster than that, it will your battery will not last as long, and if your patient is breathing less than that, then your battery will last longer. And again, the higher the setting, the lower life of your battery. Okay, so then we're going to go to our Simply Go. So the Simply Go is a larger design, and because of this, it delivers continuous flow and pulse mode flow. And it weighs about 10 pounds with the battery. It delivers a oxygen concentration of a minimum of 87% to a maximum of 96% for every setting. It has a battery that charges in 2 to 3 hours, which is convenient, nice and quick. For the continuous mode settings, there is 0.5 liters per minute, 1 liter per minute, and 2 liters per minute. And the battery life for those settings, for 0.5 liters per minute, it is 2.9 hours. For 1 liter per minute, it is 1.6 hours. And for 2 liters per minute, it is 0.9 hours. And that's continuous. So that is a definite flow that the machine delivers. For the pulse mode, it has the nice thing about the Simply Go is it comes in half setting increments. So there's a lot more variation with the Simply Go. So for these settings, again, like the other ones, each setting delivers a different milliliters per minute, and each setting also comes with the battery will last a different amount of time for each setting. So for a pulse mode of 1, the oxygen delivered is 240 mils per minute. For 1.5, it's 360 mils per minute. For 2, it's 480 mils per minute. For a setting of 2.5, it's 600 mils per minute. For a setting of 3, it's 720 mils per minute. For a setting of 3.5, it is 840 mils per minute. For a setting of 4, it is 950 mils per minute. For a setting of 4.5, it delivers 1.08 liters per minute. For a setting of 5, it delivers 1.2 liters per minute. For a setting of 5.5, it delivers 1.32 liters per minute. And for a setting of 6, it delivers 1.44 liters per minute. And the battery life for these settings is, for a pulse mode of 1, it's 3.4 hours. For a pulse mode of 2, it's 3 hours. For a pulse mode of 3, it's 2.2 hours. For a pulse mode of 4, it's 1.7 hours. And then for a pulse mode of 5 and 6, it's 1.3 hours for both of those. And again, all of this information is based on your patient breathing 20 breaths per minute. Okay, and now troubleshooting your Simply Go and your Simply Go Mini. So they're both similar design. So if you have a problem, you can troubleshoot them the same. Okay, so say your concentrator won't turn on. So the first thing you want to do is check your battery. It might be drained. So if you have an extra battery, switch it out. If not, plug it into the power source and charge the battery and see if that fixes it. The second thing you want to do is ensure that your battery is installed correctly. So, because it may be installed incorrectly. So you want to just take it off and then put it back on and make sure that you can hear it click and that it seats properly. That could be the problem. Third thing you want to try is that the power button wasn't pressed twice to turn it on. So for the Simply Go and the Simply Go Mini, you have to press the power button twice. It's just to fail safe for it so that it ensures that it's not accidentally turned on or off when it doesn't need to be. So press that power button twice and see if it will turn on. And if that doesn't work, then it's possible that your concentrator needs to go in for servicing, again, call your service provider and they can help you. Maybe your oxygen pulse will not trigger. So the first thing you want to do is, again, the device might not be turned on, so press that power button twice, see if it'll turn on. Second is that the tubing is twisted or kinked. So you want to start at your the outlet source from your concentrator where the oxygen is coming out. Ensure that tubing is connected nice and firm on there, and then follow the tubing back and just ensure there is no kinks or twists in that tubing. And then the third thing you want to check is just see if nothing's working. It might be your device malfunctioning and it needs to go in for servicing. And then the last one is that says your oxygen concentration is low. If this comes up, it's just because your device hasn't had enough time to warm up. So you need to allow that 20 minutes for that oxygen concentration to come up and for your device to warm up. And if you've given it that full 20 minutes and the oxygen concentration still isn't coming up, then it's possible that your device needs to go in for servicing. Call your service provider and they can help you with that. Okay, and that's it. Any questions? Okay, thank you everybody for coming today. That concludes my presentation about portable oxygen concentrators. I hope you enjoyed it. I've given you your handout there. Please use that. It has all the same information that I presented today. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Thank you.